This is the Scary Tour Stories episode.
I hate this.
That's a guy!
I remember.
It appears there's been a mistake.
Seconds after that statement was said, boom.
On tour with our good buds in 7 Minutes in Heaven.
Two cowboys walk into this convenience store.
You know, could have been heroin, could have been cocaine, could have been money.
Because this one literally made my heart drop.
That's what
That was the best way to wrap that up.
Welcome to a very, very special Crush Podcast episode. This is the Scary Tour Stories episode.
I hate this so much.
Starring the Slim Reaper, Total Brinajiv,
All right, actually, now I'm on board. That was good.
the Ghouly Ghost Drummer, Eric Somers-Urrea.
Yo, if I'm not the Slim Reaper times 2, I swear to God.
And Frankenstein himself,
what?
Diano.
I'm just a doctor.
I'm just a
You
dog.
fucker.
Hey, yeah, it's Frankenstein's monster, dude.
Yeah, dude.
God.
Come on.
And I'm just the cool, I'm Michael Jackson in, like Thriller.
Oh my
like he's just the
God.
guy who just got
No.
So yeah, so anyways, thank you guys so much.
You can't say that, man. You can't self-proclaim that.
Welcome to the Scary Podcast. Today we are going to talk about all of our scary tour stories, and we have started it out with some spooky backgrounds. Not to spend too much time on it, but Toto, where you at right now?
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, somewhere scary. Pulled it.
It looks like your bed. I literally saw your bed there. So
It
that
was.
could be a scary.
It's over here. Oh, there it is.
Oh!
Yeah, it's just a Google image that seems scary.
Where we at, Eric?
This is one of my favorite horror games. This is Little Nightmares. This is
Are we
Spindly
looking at
Man.
the front or the back of him?
This is the back of him.
We got the Pokemaster himself.
Oh, yeah.
26 years in training.
Yeah.
Give it up for Diano. What do you got?
Talk about
Who's back there?
I don't know, like Gengar and some ghosties.
Ghosties,
on the
yeah.
way. There's
And
a lot of
then,
ghosts.
I am in the middle of the spooky woods. That's all I got. Just trying to show off this
Feel
new
like-
Marina City merchandise right here. You guys can go on thecrush.marinacityband.com. You see how it says, I wish you all the best right there. That's one of our songs called All the Best that came out a couple of weeks ago. And then we got the back right here, and we got the bomber jacket. So you definitely want to go check that out. There are limited supplies left. So thecrush.marinacityband.com.
Oh, that's scary.
But that was our sponsor for today's podcast. But we are going to get into the spooky tour stories that we have had throughout these years. So I'll start out because this one literally made my heart drop. And it was so scary that I think everyone else who was involved was so scared of it because,
You just don't want anyone to take your story.
because that is my story. So I'm definitely going first. So, all right. This one time, we're driving super late at night. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. And Eric is driving, and I'm his co-pilot. That's how we usually work here, okay? So we're driving here, and Eric is kind of like dozing off a little bit, and I have to keep trying to wake him up. But at this point, my voice is pretty tired. So we just had performed a bunch of shows. And so I'm just like really tired with it. And I'm trying to rest. But I see him kind of going back and forth. And he's driving. His eyes getting kind of heavy. And so I keep trying to wake him up. And then I just started talking about ghost stories. We just started talking about like the one story where the aliens, like in Area 51, where the guy called on a radio station and he was saying that he worked at Area 51 and these aliens are coming or something, and then he gets booted off. Like, that's a real true story. You got to check it out. It's like 1998 or something like that. We were talking about that. We were just getting in this spookiness. So while we're driving in an open road at 3 o'clock in the morning, talking about the scariest stuff, we mentioned at one point, wouldn't it be just scary if there was just somebody in the middle of the road? And sure enough, as we're driving and we get into these corn stalks are on the left and on the right, the fog is happening right here. Sure enough, a man walks right out of the fog onto the side of the road at 3 o'clock in the morning in the middle of nowhere, and I freak out. I'm yelling. I'm like, that's a guy!
I remember waking up to you screaming.
And I just, dude, I don't know what he's doing there. I just scream, and everyone jumps up like, what's happening? There's a guy. And luckily enough, because of that scream, it gave that a shot of adrenaline that our driver needed to wake up and drive safer for us. But that scary moment there, all I can kind of picture him a little bit, like I can see it every single time I think about this. I see him, and all he's doing is just walking on the side of the road, and the only light that was able to illuminate him was our headlights right there. And so that moment, the ghost of the road.
That man killed somebody in those fields. 100%.
I feel like we need a little bit more context here. If you don't know Ryan, Ryan's emotions are either like a 0 or a 10.
No,
and
like
mostly it's like a 10. There's no in between. There's no like appropriately adjusted reaction. So there was times where we're just sitting in the van, minding our own business.
Holy shit!
Yeah. And we'll be like, what happened? And he'll be like, the Cubs just scored a home run.
The guy just struck out.
Not even like, it won't even be like, oh, the Cubs just scored a home run. It'll be like, oh, one of the backup pitchers is injured and out for a couple games. It'll be like that level of just freaking out. And it's always just, so whenever Ryan screams in the van, someone is going to shit their pants. Just 100% of the time.
Well,
I remember
I shit
waking
my
up.
pants with you.
Yeah, I remember waking up to, it's a guy. And I was like so mad. I was like, shut the fuck up. I'm asleep. It's 3 a.m. What do you mean it's a guy?
Dude, okay,
And look,
first of all,
I'm
talking
also
about people that yelled a lot when we were sleeping. Mr.
Hey.
Patrick and SpongeBob in the front right there.
The safest drive.
That is true.
Safest drive team.
And look, I'm not going to sit. I will not refute the fact that I may or may not have been a little bit sleepy. It's a rare occurrence, I would say. But what I will say is, this dude was just walking on the side of the road. He was totally.
We
fine.
were in the middle of nowhere.
He didn't emerge out of the fog. I saw him coming, and I was like, "That's weird. There's a guy there." And Ryan next to me is like, "Holy shit!"
Dude, we were in the middle of nowhere, just corn stalks. 3 o'clock in the morning. Fog. In fairness, the weird thing was definitely that like 10 minutes prior, you were like, "Wouldn't it be creepy if there was just a guy just walking on the side of the road?" And then like it happened, but it was literally just a guy walking on the side of the road.
We were in the middle of nowhere to us. That guy was just in his field.
He was walking home from the bar, like his nightly occurrence.
That dude murdered someone that night.
I don't know,
we did
man.
nothing about it.
Yeah, I think there's something bad that happened that night. I don't know if that guy was up to no good, like
Actually, you know what? It's crazy. That just reminded me. Remember when we experienced a robbery? We were at a stoplight and we saw the guy go into like some convenience store. He like punched the clerk and then sprinted out. Remember we were like in Chicago?
Oh yeah. This was in River North.
There was something like that.
Yeah.
And he grabbed like some food or whatever.
Yeah,
it was just some food or whatever. But the guy
corner
tried to
store.
stop him and we just saw him punch him and then he ran out and then we drove past it.
Yeah, I remember that. That was
I
actually
made that shit
not
up
that
too,
long ago.
man.
Yeah, I mean that was.
Oh,
was it?
That was the So Far show? Yeah. I do remember that.
Oh.
No,
No, I'm not even talking about the shooting.
I'm talking. Yeah, I think
Jesus.
that's a different.
That's
one
what
too.
I was talking about with Toto.
I was talking about the shooting, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's another thing.
Yeah.
Wow, we have more scary stories than I thought we did.
Well, going back to Ryan's man on
That's
the
Aaron's
highway,
scary story, though.
I will say I think I missed a really golden opportunity, and I should have just like acted like I didn't see it. Like that guy
Oh
just
my
said-
God! Yes.
Yeah.
Could
That
you
would've
imagine
been-
Ryan just like, there was a guy there, and I was like, dude, no,
What do you
there
mean?
wasn't. What are you talking about?
Then I would be extra pissed when I would wake up and
yeah, you would have
I would have been so mad.
because I would have kept yelling. I would have just
Yeah.
been like, "I'm telling you, right there, was a guy right there. Did you not see him? He was right there. The guy in the backpack. He was there. He's a guy. He was there. He was right there. Just turn around. Turn around.
Yeah.
I definitely think the infuriating moment was just that you just went, there was a guy.
There's a guy. I'm just telling you, you guys would have done the same if you guys saw it. And after we talked about we got ourselves, it was as if like we told ghost stories and then all of a sudden the furnace kicked on and it's like, poof, and you're just like, and we just talked about this guy on the highway and sure enough, a guy on the highway.
Yeah.
Freaky.
So anyone that's listening to this, you guys can, I know you guys understand. But,
Are you guys scared? Are y'all
listen,
scared?
all right, we're going to go around. We're going to ride round robin here.
Okay.
Toter,
Yeah.
give it to me.
Okay, I'll give it to you. I got I got a few, but let's just see. So first of all, I'd like to just say that when we're on tour, there's not many moments where I feel scared because we're rolling, 5, 6, 7 deep, depending on who's with us. And I feel like when we walk anywhere,
anymore.
I feel like people might be intimidated from us instead of the other way around. But there was that one time we broke down in Livingston, Montana, and our van, I think the fuel pump went out. I don't know who. I think Eric was driving and like the gas, or I don't know who was driving, but like the gas wasn't going. Aaron was
Brian.
Yeah.
Oh, Aaron was just the catalyst. Aaron said, "Yeah, keep going, Toter."
So Aaron goes, what did he say? He's like, oh, what if our car just stopped working or something like that, like along those lines, dude. Shit you not. Seconds after that statement was said, boom, car shuts off. The gas is not working. So we pull over on the shoulder. And like I said, we're in bumfuck Livingston, Montana. No offense to anybody who lives there, but there's nothing around there. There's a small, very small city, Livingston, Montana. Look it up. And it's getting dark. There's mountains around us. I'm getting scared because we can't see anything. We're in the middle of nowhere. And I'm like thinking like, damn, there's going to be mountain lions coming by, mountain cougars, mountain wolves, everything, they're going to be coming through to eat us soon because we don't have a hotel. I think we called AAA, but like I said, I don't even know how far we were for them to come help us out. Good thing. Oh, and then it starts getting dark. And then once it got dark, we all pulled out our flashlights and we're like trying to walk down backwards to the road so we can see maybe if there's a city nearby. I think there was like one mechanic shop nearby and a hotel, which kind of saved our ass. If it wasn't for that, we would have been absolutely fucked. But yeah, and that was kind of scary for me. I mean, shit, like we're in the middle of fucking nowhere.
You know what's actually even scarier is that at this point, not having either of those two guys, the four of us getting stuck out there.
Yeah.
Only Toter's the only one I'm going to be looking. How do we fix this?
And I used to look up to Aaron, so like, okay.
So I'm going to be definitely really scared with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give it to me, Aaron.
I'm actually surprised that this wasn't everyone's first story. Although I guess this one isn't spooky, but it's definitely, I think, one of the scariest moments we've had on tour. We were on tour with our good buds in 7 Minutes in Heaven at the time.
Oh, yeah.
I talked about this story this week, actually,
Oh, there it is.
because I work with Justin. So.
That's right.
And Alex.
And Brennan.
Yeah, and
Brennan.
yeah, he works with like 3/4 of the band. So we were leaving. Was it Missouri? And the show got
was
canceled because there was like this crazy ice storm. So for some reason, we all decide, you know what we should do? We should drive to the next city.
It was before the show was canceled, but it was really poor weather the night we were going.
I thought we
Missouri.
got to the venue and were leaving.
That was the
we
next.
got-
That was the next day. I thought.
We were hanging out at a Starbucks and we're just like, it's not going to happen. We should just go.
Yeah,
You're right. Show got canceled. We're driving late at
Yeah,
night.
and we are driving in the ice storm to try and go to the next city, and we're caravanning. So our van is behind 7 Minutes. It's like maybe midnight. I don't know. It's pretty late.
It's pretty dark. It was
Yeah.
really dark outside.
And I'm asleep, and I just wake up to Aaron going, "Holy shit!" And an appropriate one, I will say.
Aaron is very different with his
Yeah.
holy shit. So when he says holy shit, you better look because there's something
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
out there.
So I wake up and I look out the front window and I just see the taillights of 7 Minutes in Heaven's trailer in front of us, and it's just swerving and the swerve just gets bigger and bigger, and they run off the road and like almost into oncoming traffic as a semi's coming. And luckily, they got stopped by the guardrail and just like slammed into it.
You forgot though, they made an entire 180 on the highway.
Did they?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Brian was
Dude.
driving. I was sitting right up front next to him, bro. They made an entire 180 and boom into the ditch. And yeah, if it wasn't for that gate, that
That's
median,
right.
if it wasn't for
Yeah.
that median, that semi truck, I mean, oh god, it would have been bad.
They
Can you
literally
imagine how
would've died.
different all of our lives would have been if we saw that? though?
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know, obviously they probably would have been dead, but the fact that we would have witnessed that.
Yeah, that would have been
Holy
terrible.
God.
And the best part was right after that, we're like, holy shit. Like, we pulled over to their shoulder, but none of us got out because it was terrible weather. It was very dangerous. It wasn't safe to
Yeah.
get out on the highway. And then next thing you know, I don't know, Timmy calls or something. He's like, yo, what's up, guys? Someone got us out. We're driving. We're going to keep driving.
Dude.
Because we were like, hey, you know what? We're just gonna stop at the nearest hotel because that was kind of crazy.
We're literally
there was a
shaking.
hotel.
Yeah.
There was like a hotel a mile after or something like that. And they're like, yeah, it was good. We're gonna just go all the way, like
Yeah.
seriously, 3 hours of driving.
Savagery.
Dude.
It's not my story to tell, but I do have insider scoop. So when I was talking to the guys about this, I remember his point of view was like, yeah, I just woke up to that. Like, imagine if you're asleep in your
God.
vehicle and
Yeah.
you wake up to your whole entire rig just like swaying around
Yeah.
and then crashing and then hearing a semi truck whiz past you.
Yeah.
And then you somehow get out without help. And then you keep going.
Right. Savage.
Wait, so let me ask you this: was everyone on board on keep going, or were they not?
Nobody was on board. There was nobody was on board with going, and there was
There was
yeah.
one that was like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
No
Oh, okay.
way.
So that makes everything
does
so
make
much
it,
more.
That makes because
'Cause
we
I
were
was like,
we just watched it happen and we were like, all right, time to pull over.
Yeah.
And they were just like,
Yeah.
no, I think we're good. We're keep going.
We literally spent double money that night because we were driving to a
did.
hotel reservation and we canceled it so we could
Yeah.
get like the whatever was right there,
Right.
Yeah.
like right in front of us. That was-
Oh,
yeah,
I
it was
do
crazy.
have one more scary story. I finally remembered.
Go for
But
it.
I'm sorry, Ryan, I cut you off. Let's finish this story. first.
No, the last thing I was going to say is just like double money means $80 because we just spend $40
Oh, yeah.
hotels and we're just
Yeah.
like,
We were slumping.
hey, oh my god, we're going to spend crazy today.
Hey, we
$80.
spent double money. We were. That's why I don't put a number on it because that shit
Yeah.
was double
That's just
what we
how-
were used to.
That's just how crazy tour life is. Sometimes we're just like,
Yeah.
oh man.
There was
Go ahead, Tony.
there was a ghost story that I can share. It kind of takes a turn at the end here, but it's funny. We were sleeping somewhere. We're again. I think we were with the 7 Minutes in Heaven guys. Actually, we were all touring. It was with their manager. I think Travis. Right? It was Travis.
Oh yeah,
It was-
yeah.
And yeah, we're
Travis,
all,
merch guy, Travis, yeah.
wasn't he TM? Or I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, he might have been TM too.
Might have been TM, yeah. And we played a show, whatever. We find a house to sleep. We're all in the house. It's late at night now, and I'm like sleeping. It's like 2-3 a.m. And I open my eyes because I kind of woke up and I hear like this knocking. It was scary as shit because like I don't know where the fuck I am. I'm in somebody's house and there's like this weird knocking that was kind of repetitive, and I was like, what the fuck? Is this a ghost? Is this not a ghost? And it just turned out to be some people having sex upstairs. So
Wait, hold on. Back up.
that's my
That
ghost
was
story.
the best
know
way
the
to
story?
wrap that up.
Yeah,
When
we know
was
these
this?
people. I'm not
Wow,
gonna
man,
say
that's
them on
crazy.
here, but maybe afterwards.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember? Okay, this isn't necessarily just a real side one. Remember when I woke up, I had to use the bathroom at the one person's house, and their mom was in the bathroom at the same time, but they had the lights off, and the door was halfway open.
No, not halfway. Not halfway.
It wasn't.
It was
dude,
cracked.
I was the one who woke it.
It was cracked open.
It was either way. It's no lights are on, cracked open. I was like, all right. So I walk in. It's 3:00 in the morning again, at 2:00, whatever. I'm groggy. Get open, turn the lights, and the mom's like, ah! And I'm like, ah! I close it and I just run back into my like sleeping bag, and I was like, I'm never going to the bathroom again. And we never spoke about it. We woke up the next day and none of us spoke about it.
That-
You
Yeah,
straight
once-
up lived that episode of The Office where Jim and Pam go to the daycare and they walk in and the dude in the toilet.
Aaron, actually, someone did that to Aaron at the
At the Indianapolis show.
At the Indianapolis show.
A fan walked on there and pooping.
So yeah, and just stared at him for a minute.
Yeah.
And he was like,
Pretty sure they were in a Pikachu costume.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
They locked eyes. They locked eyes.
That was amazing.
All right, Matt, we skipped over you a couple times. Here we go.
All right, I might
Finish it off. This is the finale.
This is it. Save the best for last, baby.
It was a dark and stormy night. The 7 of us were driving.
7.
Yeah, because we had the 6 of us and a photographer.
Oh, I thought maybe we were all on one seat.
We were
Each person was on the wheel.
rolling through the wild southwest that is called Texas.
Oh,
And
sorry.
we made a I have 3 stories, and none of them are really that scary. So
You better start going with them.
right? So we pull up, we're low on gas. Aaron says, I don't know if we're gonna make it. So we pull over to a gas station. He begins fueling up, and I walk into the store to keep myself awake. Not that I needed it, but I was walking through this convenience store, and an energy drink caught my eye, and I said, wow, I've never had one of these before. Let me grab this energy drink. Grabbed an energy drink. Aaron walks in shortly after me, doesn't acknowledge me. He's just walking around the store, and I walk up to the counter, place my drink on the counter, and I said, hello, mister, I'd like to buy this energy drink. And he said, yeah, sure. I bought the energy drink, and at that moment, 2 cowboys walk into this convenience store and surround me. I'm surrounded by 6'4" cowboys in Texas.
And you're only 5'9".
That's
and I'm-
intimidating.
And little old me, I'm just going, losing my mind. This guy comes up to me. What's that guy's name? He's like super. He's like an actor. He's got the mustache. He was on an episode of Parks and Rec when him and Ron Swanson.
He's from Big Lebowski too.
Yeah.
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
So this Sam Elliott looking motherfucker comes up to me, and he said, it appears there's been a mistake. and my brown self nearly shit. It was so fucking crazy. So I said, what? I just looked at this guy, turned to him, I said, what? And he's like, it appears you paid for my drink. I owe you $1. And he pulls out he gave me $1, and I ran the fuck out. And during this whole thing, Aaron walks in and runs out of the fucking gas station. He left me to die. Left me to die.
But you know what? In true Sam Elliott fashion, big
He gave me
scary guy.
$1.
He gave you $1. Nice.
He gave me $1. That was crazy.
funny.
But yeah, there was these 2. They flanked me. They were on either side of me. So I thought I was, and the cashier was in front of me. I literally thought I was gonna die. And I went to the van afterwards, and I was like, "What the fuck, Aaron? You just left me there. Like, I'm brown in Texas, and these 2 cowboys were gonna hog tie me up." And Aaron goes, well, I don't know. Maybe you stole something. I was like, that's fucked. I couldn't believe it. I was like, fuck you. Oh my God.
He said you deserve it. Well,
I don't know.
boy
Maybe
stole
I
something.
thought you stole something. I was like, no, I did not. The other scary Texas story was when we were driving through, Aaron and I, and we drove through some Texas airport, and we were definitely not supposed to be there. There were landing strips. There were a lot of blinking lights. It looked like a military base, and we just drove through. And the whole time, Aaron was just asking me, "Where the fuck are we?" And I was like, "I don't know."
I remember
Is so
like a
true to
side-
character.
Yeah.
Where
All of
are
that.
we? How do we get here? I was like, I don't know, man. Crazy.
Dude, I do you remember the time when we got stopped in New York because they thought we had explosives in
Yeah.
the trailer?
Yeah.
So we had to like all get out and open up the trailer to show them that it was all musical equipment.
Well, it all looked like boxes. It was all boxes in the front. The music stuff was in the back.
Yeah.
You know how we,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
they literally just looked and were like, "Oh, good."
like they didn't
wait.
even. They didn't even ask to open one box. They just opened it up, and they're like, "Oh, just a bunch of packaged boxes. Could have been heroin, could have been cocaine, could have been money, could have been
Yeah.
fucking whatever is illegal. Could have been in there. Of course, that wasn't."
I want to know what they were looking for.
Right,
like a
like-
big cartoon bomb? Like
Yeah.
It's a TNT.
just a timer? Like
Acme. It says
Yeah.
A.
Oh man.
Well, does that conclude our scary episode story?
I want to give a special shout out to the Irving Theater and their projectionist.
Ooh, yes, the place is haunted.
Oh,
That is-
yeah.
I have not experienced any of the spirits that reside in the Irving Theater, but supposedly you have 2 kids that run around and you can hear them, and there is a projectionist. And fun fact, that stage is the last stage that Elvis performed on before he passed away.
Yep.
Yes.
And then another shout out to
Wow. I didn't
to
know
the
that.
Rave. Always a spooky place.
Yeah.
That place is really spooky. We've talked about the Rave a few times on here,
Yeah.
so you guys already are very familiar with it. But check out the Rave and all their scary stuff because their stuff is crazy.
Yeah.
But that will conclude our scary episode. We'll definitely do some more of these as we get back on the road because there's always scarier things that happen. But for now, if you like what you're hearing and you want us to talk about other topics, hit us up on our text line at 815-406-6209. That's 815-406-6209. Or you can always email us. In fact, you definitely want to email us your address because we're going to be sending you something really, really special very soon. So go to your email and email us at thecrush@marinacityband.com, your name and your address. Make sure we have it because you will be getting something very, very soon. And lastly, you know where to find us on socials, but if you haven't and you've just been stumbling across this podcast and you like to hear what we've been talking about, go to everything at Marina City Band. Everything at Marina City Band. Boys, it is always a pleasure. You guys are my best part of my Sunday mornings.
Oh.
You guys have a great day. And if you haven't yet, listen to All the Best because soon enough we'll be releasing a new single. You don't want to be behind, do you? So, for Toter, Eric, Matthew, Diano, I am Ryan, and this is the Crush Podcast. Bye-bye.
Blueberry's the name.
I thought I wasn't wearing pants for a second.